Good afternoon. So, today I'm going to speak about the art of corporate life. By corporate life, I mean a life which in these times is largely corporate. The art of corporate life is a set of Eastern war philosophies. Now, I'm a CEO of two companies. I'm also a fourth degree black belt in martial arts. I have studied Japanese philosophies extensively. And over the last decade, I have worked on applying these philosophies in my work life. I have studied other businesses who have applied such philosophies and succeeded. So today I'm going to talk about these philosophies, a few of these philosophies, and businesses who have applied these. The first philosophy I will talk about is Samurai Bushido. Now, the samurai were a fierce and noble warrior clan in feudal Japan. The samurai were known for their strength of character. And this strength of character was reflected in their adherence to their Bushido. Now, the Bushido is a code of personal conduct. It's a set of principles by which the samurai would adhere unquestioningly. You see, the samurai would go into battle. He would lay his life on the line for what he believed is right, for what he believed is just. And if he failed to adhere to his Bushido, if he failed to do his duty, then he would redeem himself by committing harakiri, the act of killing himself. Now, these are very extreme examples, but why should you have a personal code? You see, the Bushido, it offered the samurai a high degree of self esteem, purpose, and freedom. Now, has it ever mattered to you what opinion others have of you? Have you ever felt guilt of not having done right by others? Having your own personal code, which is above and beyond the code of the society. And defining your duty to others. Defining what you believe is right, what you believe is wrong. It sets you free from the judgment of others and lets you move towards success undeterred. Now, I'll take an example. A company set up a subsidiary in a South American country, and the government of that country was their largest client. The minister in charge of their account requested them to hire his nephew. Now, the company interviewed the nephew and found him unsuitable. After much deliberation, they politely declined. Of course, they had to face the brunt of it. The order was swept out from under their feet, and they faced heavy losses. However, within 1 year, the administration changed. The new minister, who was in charge of their account, was appreciative of the ethical stance that they had taken. He ensured that they secured an even larger order the next year. You see, the company faced a very difficult decision. They decided to not compromise on their ethics, even if it meant huge losses. You see, if you stick to your principles, you may lose in the short term, but you will gain exceedingly in the long term. The second philosophy I will talk about is Sun Tzu's Art of War. Sun Tzu was a Chinese military general. He was the first one to write a treatise on war tactics and strategies. See, the emperor gave Sun Tzu a group of courtesans. And he said that I want you to make them obey your orders. So Sun Tzu gave them an order. The courtesans giggled and laughed. Sun Tzu took a sword and chopped the head off one courtesan. He gave the order again. They all obeyed. You see, Sun Tzu's art of war, it enumerates tactics and strategies to vanquish your opponent with any means possible. Let me give an example. The manufacturer of a product in the fashion accessories sector. Now, he, over years, became a large manufacturer. He improved his economies of scale to that extent that all brands which sold that particular product found it beneficial to buy from him. Over years, he also acquired a large chain of retail stores which stocked that particular product. In fact, it was the largest chain of retail stores that stocked that product. So when one brand decided to start their own manufacturing facility, this manufacturer stopped stocking that brand's products in his retail stores. As a result, the market value of that brand dropped drastically. So much so that the manufacturer eventually acquired the brand and shut it down. You see, Sun Tzu says that if you're going to attack, you must attack with all your might and make sure that the opponent does not get up again. The company used all its strength and attacked at its vital function. Sun Tzu also says that you must reinforce your victory. The manufacturer sent a message to all other brands that they better play by his rules. The third philosophy I will talk about is Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. Now, Bruce Lee was a martial artist and a philosopher. Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do is essentially a decision-making process which helps you arrive at solutions which are unconventional and out of the box. Now, why do you need unconventional solutions? Because if you do what everyone else does, you will reach where everyone else reaches. And it will take you the time it takes everyone else to reach there. So you have to do something different if you want to reach someplace else. Now, Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do says that any decision-making process must be tailor-made to you. Why should it be tailor-made? Because the society gives you a certain set of rules, a template to follow. This template is you get educated, you join a job, and you climb up the rungs. You see, everyone's situation is different. Everyone has a different environment. Everyone has different strengths, different weaknesses. Which is why everyone should have a different path to their goal. They should use their strength, use their weaknesses. Now, Jeet Kune Do also says that this decision-making process should be free of bias. It should be free of instinct. Then only can one reach an optimal solution. So in this regard, Bruce Lee, in his Jeet Kune Do, he suggested following three principles. Three principles to eliminate bias. The principle of simplicity. Your solution must be simple. Use as few resources as possible. Fewer resources means fewer complications. It must be direct. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. No detours. And it should be non-conditional. It should not be conditioned. It should be free of condition. You should question everything. A small example is low-cost airlines. You see, the airline industry was a very difficult industry. Profitability was elusive. Traditionally, flights were mostly long haul, on longer routes. And airlines were used to giving full range of services to their customers for their comfort. However, these days, the airline industry is very competitive. A bulk of the routes are on shorter segments. Airlines said that this does not work. This model does not work for us. So a few of them, they said that our customers want to reach from point A to point B on time and within budget. So a few airlines said we need a different model. They made seat assignment and meals as chargeable. They did away with a complex staff and reduced them to the bare minimum required. They did away with reclining seats so they could fit more seats in the same aircraft. All these measures made them cost effective, so much so that they could compete with ground transportation services such as buses and trains. You see, these airlines, they freed themselves from conditioned thought, from tradition. They rejected the limitations of current systems. And they applied principles of simplicity, directness, and non-conditional to make a paradigm shift within the industry. My point here is that you can be warriors. You can adopt these philosophies. You can shape your mind into a warrior's mind. These philosophies will help you crash through obstacles and face adversities. So open your mind and try different methods. Thank you.